Hi everyone! As promised, I figured out how to do a stitch with me. It's definitely not going to be the easiest thing because the phone is literally sitting right in front of my face right now. And I'm not actually very used to using a stand either. But we're going to see what I can manage. So the design I'm working on today is one that I am showing on my floss tube also. It is Garden Adventures, it might be Garden Adventure or Garden Adventures by Margaret. It's a very, very sweet design. You might see me pausing from time to time because I'm working on a paper chart. And I've also not been marking the chart off as I go. Silly me. Can't see what I'm doing. Yeah, I've not been marking it off as I go because I don't have a working copy. And the paper is glossy, so I always struggle to mark off on glossy paper. But we'll see how this takes me. We'll see what happens, and hopefully we can all, or I can have a little chat. And it would be absolutely lovely if you guys wanted to write to me in the comments below about anything really. It's always nice to have stitchy friends. I can't find the hole. So yeah, this lovely purple colour I'm using is DMC 209. And I don't really know what to talk about now I'm here. Work's been long. Work has definitely been very long recently. At the moment, all I want to do is stay home and stitch. But I think every stitcher ever says exactly the same thing, right? I just want to stay at home in my pyjamas and do my cross stitch. Truthfully, I just don't have enough hours in the day to get any crafting done, really. I think I'm so focused on doing my cross stitch all the time that a lot of my other crafts have been neglected now. I don't knit anymore or get the sewing machine out. I've got a very cute diamond painting that needs doing, but I think I put a few diamonds in and then that's never seen the light of day since. I did start crocheting a little bear the other day. I finished the head, put the eyes in, and I haven't picked that up since either. But yeah, if anyone has a secret way of finding more hours in the day, that doesn't mean neglecting your family or not sleeping, please let me know. So for the last week, well, for this week, it's only Thursday, I've been waking up at 5 a.m. because I wanted a little bit more me time before going to work. And I did think that that meant that I'd get a bit more stitching done. But unfortunately, Sydney's been waking up at 5 a.m. also. And so yeah, no extra stitchy time at all. What I really need is a tripod that can maybe like clip on here and then hang down, because at the moment the camera's like right in front of my face and I'm leaning over it, which is why I'm trying to whisper as well. I don't want my voice booming through the camera. In my downtime at work, I've spent a lot of time window shopping for cross stitch bits. Haven't ordered any. think truthfully I've just been feeling really overwhelmed by the amount of stash I have and the amount of projects on the go. And while I was getting stressed out doing like just the barn owl this past month, the amount of progress I've seen on it has been insane. So, you know, I've got currently 21 projects on the go, and by rotating all of them, I was seeing very slow progress on each one. I think I really want to whittle it down and maybe have about four. I think four whips will be the magic number in the end. I'm going to get a fair few done this year. Feeling very positive about that. Problem is, not enough life years to get all the cross stitches you want done. I think my main focus is going to be my heaven and earths once I've completed all my non-hades. I probably won't introduce too many more non-hades into my whip lists, because it is the full coverage that I do enjoy more than anything else. In fact, I'm a bit miffed that none of my hades were called this month for Whip Go, which means yet another month of not doing them. Not cool. Again, I have so many heaven and earths that I haven't even started yet, so I have no need to add to that collection for now. What's everyone's favourite? What's your favourite heaven and earth design? Feel free to write in the bottom, in the comments. I would love to take a peek online. I thought it'd be pretty cool actually if as floss tubers or as online stitchy friends, maybe we could get each other's wish lists on Heaven and Earth. Oh, I know I'd quite like to gift someone. Next time there's a sale, maybe buy someone or two people a chart off their wish list. I think that'd be pretty cool. It's always nice to give. Truthfully, I don't like this stand very much. It's an Olympus. Okay, maybe that is not an Olympus. I think it's an Olympus Mark II. I think that's what it's called. And okay, no, that feels weird. It's wooden with nuts and bolts to tighten it, and already I feel like the whole thing's dropped a little bit. I was quite surprised that this Q-snap fitted in actually. They don't usually. Only hoops. I did bring a hoop downstairs with me, but I thought I'd give this a go first. I do love this grime guard. This is actually my mum's grime guard and Q-snap. I asked to borrow it and I never returned it, but truthfully, like me, I think she's a hoop kind of girl. typically. I don't know. I do love hoops more. I've just started using Q-snaps a bit more, but it's really annoying because I think all of ours are second hand, which means the grips on the side have loosened over time. It doesn't seem to hold tension very well. Right. Chart check. Excuse me, I had a bit of a croak there. When anyone else looks at the chart, do you go 1 out? 1 out meaning, you know, 1 out. And then see this side, it shouldn't do stitch with me, look. I missed a whole middle stitch. I'm supposed to miss that one. So this bit I'm working on is actually a watering can. Lovely, pretty purple watering can. My house is so quiet right now with Sydney being at his grandparents'. It's actually bliss. Although some days, I had it earlier at work, I miss him so much. And I just want to walk out of work, go get my baby and spend time with him. Because he's grown up so quickly and I feel like I've been working his whole, you know, all of those early years I've just worked and I've blinked and I've missed it. I genuinely feel that way. Right, 4. What's everyone watching on the TV at the moment? Anyone got any really good Netflix suggestions? It doesn't have to be Netflix. I've got, we're a bit subscription happy in this house actually. We've got Now TV, which means we've got all the Sky channels. Well, like Sky Atlantic and all that. And then we've got Netflix, Prime, Disney Plus, BBC iPlayer, or all the iPlayers really. You know, ITV, Channel 4. Any TV suggestions welcomed. I'm still working my way through Desperate Housewives. I do love it. Truthfully, about 10 years ago, I think I watched it initially, and I think I may have only watched the first season back then. So I restarted it a couple of months back, and I just love it now. I'm nearly at the end of season 5. Yeah. I think it is starting to drag on a little bit now, though. It needs to pick up a little bit. I absolutely cannot stand, what's her name? Edie. I like Edie, so that was a bit of a misleading comment. I love Edie, but her husband, I can't think of his name. I know his actual name's David Dash. I can't remember the fake name he has. Yeah, he's just got a face you want to slap. Very irritating. I think my favourite housewife is probably Lynette. She's just such a strong lady. I used to really love Susan, but I think she just whines on a lot now. And I find hers and Mike's child, MJ, very irritating as well. Maybe an unpopular opinion. I don't know. Let me know. Who else is in it? I do love the old lady. I can't think of her name either. Why can't I think? The neighbour who used to look after Lynette's kids all the time. I can't think of her name, but I do like her. And Lily Tomlinson plays her sister for a little bit, which is quite fun. Yeah, I think the storylines are starting to get a bit dated now. I can't believe I didn't mention Gabby and Carlos, though. They actually are my favourite, I think. And I felt so bad for their situation. I'm sorry if you have never seen Desperate Housewives or care for Desperate Housewives. But yeah. I'm trying to do this one-handed for a second because I'm trying to figure out the chart. As you can see, my stitching is probably really all over the place and not very consistent. But I've never had a camera in front of my face. In fact, I'm kind of watching the camera to see where my needle's going, because I haven't got much else of an option. I'm just hoping the camera's picking up this audio, because I am trying to be very quiet. Otherwise it might be a bit boomy if I'm too close. Right, Mama needs colour change. Not a colour change. I'm going to just carry on with 209 for a minute. I think in a moment what I will do is come back and fill this bit here, which is a lovely greeny colour. Sydney's birthday next month. I can't believe he's going to be 3. Where has the time gone? Me and my boyfriend are a bit of a loss what to do for his birthday, actually. We usually take him out for the day. Just do a fun activity. But I've got not. No. Yeah, his birthday, because it's in February, a lot of the activities are closed for the season. So most of the theme parks sort of close down around that time. They usually reopen in March. And then obviously places like the zoo is probably pretty hit and miss, because if it rains, all the animals hide. So yeah, I'm not very sure with that. We did toy with a place called Little Street, which is very cute. We have taken him there before. And it is literally what it says on the tin. It's a street and it's made for kids. It's very cute. It's like a role play centre. And so like one section of the street would be a construction site with like foam bricks, little mini tractor to ride on. You know, dress up, high vis, hard hat. And then the next bit might be, I don't know, a supermarket. It's got a till and play food. What else they have? They had a little room which was a vet's. It had loads of little cuddly toys. And then play medical equipment. Very cute. I think there was a nail salon, hairdressing thing. In fact, I've got a picture of him wearing a bright pink headband. It's very funny. I think the more I stitch on this, the more I like it. It's so pretty. It's not like anything I would typically stitch, which I quite like. Excuse me. I just think paper charts are really irritating now. I would much rather use Pattern Keeper if I could for absolutely everything. I think people who have used it for a long time will agree with me. 332. Do I stitch differently to you? Let me know. Like I said, I do tend to switch it up quite a bit from time to time. Like now, like I don't necessarily have to pull the thread through each time, it'll be quicker. Like that. I don't know, it's never really a rush for me. I don't need to rush my stitching. Some people stitch so quickly though. Especially some of you floss tubers. I don't know how we keep up. It's you know, some floss tubers you watch and it's only been a week since you last watched the video. And they've got so much done in that time. I've got a freaking knot. This happens a lot to me. I obviously keep the lengths too long. Come on. Come on. Oh, there you go. And now I've lost my needle. Have any of you done any Margaret Sherry designs? I think as a big cross-stitch crazy fan, it was a magazine that I had growing up a lot. Used to absolutely adore it. I can remember seeing things like Margaret Sherry. My mind's gone blank. Just, you know, very cutesy designs like Margaret Sherry. Had a lot of different character bears and just all kinds really. Sorry if my thing's jiggling about too much. I think, or I pray and hope, my boyfriend said he'll buy me a Lowry stand for my birthday, which is only right at the very start of March. So hopefully if we ever do this again, going forward, I will have a better setup. That'd be good. Right, let's count. Is there? That's 5. I jump around a little bit sometimes. Just has to be done. I've just realised I'm not even on camera anymore. It's not on camera. It's gone down too low. It's better. I do feel I'm wobbling a little bit more. I'm trying to adjust this. Right. That better? Ever so slightly better. What I'll do is when I get to the bottom here, bottom of the watering can, I will change colour and probably go back up here. What setups do all my viewers have? Do you have Lowry stands? A different stand? Do you stitch in hand? Do you just use a hoop like me most of the time? 99.9% of the time I'm just curled up on the sofa with it, so I don't need a stand. Every time I've tried a stand I've had to sit forward, and like now my back is starting to ache. I need that back support. With the TV playing in the background. Although I wouldn't mind stitching just listening to podcasts. Absolutely love Red Handed podcast. It's true crime. And the girls who host it are so funny on there. Just make me laugh. I used to listen to it when I worked weekends, but now I've got a different job. I don't really get as much of a chance anymore. I'm not too sure how long I'll film for, and I'm not too sure if this is really boring for you guys. If it is, I apologise. In fact, if it is, just let me know and I won't make another one. But I don't know, maybe you guys like muting me and just watching the stitching, the rhythmic stitching. Right, one underneath, miss one, another one. So, one underneath. Miss one. Like that. Does anyone have any really good craft book recommendations? Move that back a little bit. Oh, I don't know what's going on. I think the, because it's not very stable, I think the whole thing's just weighing down as I'm using it. Yeah, does anyone have any craft book recommendations? I've just shown on my new floss tube that I bought 3 new books. A sewing one, a knitting one. And they're very cute. I'm trying to build up my collection. I don't know if this is really wobbling or not. It is. Maybe if I put my feet on it. This is ridiculous. I just want my Lowry. Buy me my Lowry. Yeah. Anyway, so tell me, do you rate Lowry stands if you have one? I've had a lot of people say they're life-changing. Or is it, you know, if you don't use a stand, then just don't bother because you're never going to get on with any stand. I like the thought of using stands. And I think with a Lowry, at least, you can bend it into your... Not bend it, but position it to where you're sitting on the sofa. I think this one's a lot more rigid. See if I can finish this thread without flipping it over. if I've managed it or not. We'll just... I'm knocking everything now. I was going to flip it. Stuff. Do. Flip it back again. I'd like to say that's the bottom of the cross stitch, but there's a few floral bits around here. So it is literally watering can handle, fill in the watering can, the spout, there's a mouse around here, and then the mouse holding a daisy, which goes down the bottom there. And then it's done. Obviously back stitching. I started off doing it as I went along, but I think now I might just do it at the end, to be honest. Do it when I get bored. So, just having a little look of what I need to do next. That was 209. Trying to sort my life out, look. All these threads. Need to put them back on the bobbin. Usually I just work out of a massive thread case that I have. Double-sided one. However, I just didn't want to keep lugging that around if I'm working on just one piece, pretty much, all month. Because the other one I'm doing this month, it's a kit, so I didn't need that. So what I've done is I've... Ooh, knocking everything. I've put everything in a tin. I absolutely love this tin though. It's very cute. It had biscuits in it. And I used to love stitching flower fairies when I was younger. So they seemed like a great stitching accessory. Right, what I need to do is figure out what that green colour is. 993. Ooh, it's pretty. Look at that. Very pretty greeny colour. I think it's the same green. That's, you know. Don't the daisies look like fried eggs before, you know? Before back stitching them, the daisies look like fried eggs. I'm just threading my needle. Oh, I seem to have lost the thread. Hold on. Good golly. I'm a bit of a quicker stitcher when I'm just sat there holding it, admittedly. But I have wanted to do a stitch with me forever. Forever. What I'd like to figure out is when I'm doing the... oh, I can't tire the thing. While I'm doing my Heaven and Earth stitch with me, that it'd be pretty cool if I could screen record. So, you guys could watch the Pattern Keeper as I go along. It's all things that I need to figure out. If I do go, though, abruptly, it's because my family have come home and I need to snap back into family life. Although I do love my quiet life. I just love this colour though. Beautiful colour. It's blurring. Has it done that the whole time? Apologise if it's blurred this whole time, every time I move my hand. I think overall it's been pretty clear though, hasn't it? Mm-hmm. Now I'm having doubts. Doubt in life, babes. I just can't do it. I can't find the hole. And it's better. Much better. I've got a bit of a wonky stitch there though, haven't I? Do you know what? I'm okay with that. I am a perfectionist, but I do think, like, every now and then if your stitch is on the wonk, you never see it once it's finished. You know, once you've done the second leg or you've done the next row, it always ends up concealed, doesn't it? Hakuna Matata. See, I feel like it's got really slack just in this really short time that I've been stitching. Look at that. Trying to... That's probably why I can't find the holes very easily. Have any of you looked at the new World of Cross Stitching magazine for this month? I've really not been impressed by it for quite a few months now, actually. I don't think I've bought it for a while. Come on. I won't buy this month, and I didn't like last month's edition with the BFG. The BFG is a great book, it's just not something that I would stitch. Oh, I'm getting back an arm ache here. I'm behind the camera shaking it off. Yeah, so they weren't designs that I particularly liked in them. And then I think 2 or 3 issues before that were Christmas editions. Which, yeah, I don't really do Christmas designs. I say doing a Christmas design at the moment, but not at the moment as in right this second, but you know, my other project I'm doing this month is Christmas, but I think it's my only one. I don't typically do Christmas designs, it's just not my thing. So it irritates me that so many issues a year, I think it's literally like 2 or 3, are just Christmas designs, and I've missed the hole again. It's a bit of a wonk stitch. It's fine. Let's roll with it. And what was I saying? Oh yeah, so 2 or 3 issues are Christmas designs. Which, fair enough, I get it, it's the season, but could you not just put a couple of non-Christmas designs in them as well? So truthfully, I've just stopped buying them now. Cross stitches a little bit better this month. There was a design I liked in it, I can't remember what it was now. I've got a Readly subscription, and so I like to have a flick through before I buy them, because 99.9% of the time at the moment I don't buy them. Although if you're into knitting or crochet, Simply Knitting and Simply Crochet are pretty decent this month. But I hate when it does this. But truthfully, I never buy those because I can literally just screenshot for the patterns. I'm not going to be able to rethread it now, am I? I'll tell you what. Come on, help me out here. It's gonna be a little witch. This is what I don't like about this stand. It's too much effort just to flick your work over. Right, where are we at? That one. There you go. Maybe not the right way to do things. Maybe not the right way to do things, but it was my way of doing things. And there we go. There we go. Need some more thread. I can't believe I've been doing this for 40 minutes and I've only got that bit and that line done. Blimey. Blimey, governor. I don't know what to do this weekend, actually. That's a big ponderance for me. I just don't know. I can't decide. I think I would quite like to do some charity shopping. Get a charity shop haul together. But, I just know the kids will be really grumpy. They get fed up, don't they? Going around the shops. Maybe I could bribe them. I never get a chance to look in charity shops anymore. There's never any really, really good ones anyway around here, if I'm honest. I do get very excited when I find craft stuff, though, which rarely happens. As I'm into my craft books at the moment, I think that's what I've got my eye on. Maybe some new clothes. New to me clothes. As a bigger lady, plus size clothes can be really expensive. It's frustrating. I mean, I get it. Kind of. You know. Bigger size means more fabric, but come on. I think all clothes shops should cater from sizes 4. Because I've got a friend who's size 4 and she struggles to buy clothes. And so size 4 all the way up to maybe like a size 28 or even a 30, probably 28. Because there are a lot of larger ladies around. And there's also, well, there's lots of small ladies around as well. Just people come in different shapes and sizes. So it shouldn't be that hard to buy these clothes. I don't think it's that difficult, but it's like mainly online. I feel like I've made a mistake. Something looks a bit dodgy. I'm sure it'll be fine. See what I mean? I'm probably gonna go after I've finished this line here, only because my back's really sore. I need to sit back. I need to sit back on my sofa, on my bum. At the moment I'm sort of hovering. Plus, I don't know if this video is just pretty naff because I've just been waffling on for 45 minutes with maybe some great gaps of silence. It is an odd sensation, an odd thing. Stitch for me is I feel like I'm talking to myself, which I am, but I am talking to you guys. I just wish I could go live with Jeep Girl, because then our Stitch with me's would be, you know, really interactive. Jeep Girl, if you're watching this, we still need to make that happen. We just both need to get to 1,000 subscribers, and then we can do these things. So if you're not subscribed to me already, please hit that subscribe bell and help me go live with Jeep Girl. And if you don't subscribe to Jeep Girl, go and look her up too. That would be very kind. Would be very grateful. Right. That's me coming to the end now. And I am now over and out. Yeah. Bye guys.